Alright, welcome. I'm going to call this video series from Medic Mods, the Thingiverse files. We got Medic Mod Jr. here. Hey. So the reason why we have Medic Mod Jr. here and Medic Mods here is because I want to have some fun. We're going to do a little family project today. And let's take you into that here. What our devious plan to print something off Medic for Medic Mods off of Thingiverse is, because it's always fun to see how Thingiverse files turn out, and then what we're going to do. So, in doing our Lego Man, we need to choose color themes. You got a Lego Man you can show us? So, here's one of many thousands of Lego parts we have in our house, isn't that true?
Yes.
So I think what we should do, little Medic Mod Jr. here, is let's do a red body, let's do blue legs, let's do yellow hands and face, and you know, it's going to keep in the theme with what the pictures off Thingiverse are, and give a little respect to the creator of that. And actually, I think it's good. The other reason why I chose this file, and I think it's a really good file to use, is because you can put hats on it, you can put different faces on it. So I think as Thingiverse evolves and people make different files, there's going to be some evolution of that. So, you know, during the holidays, you can have a Santa hat on him, you can have a Halloween face for Halloween. I'm challenging somebody out there in the CAD designing world. You need to make an Easter hat, something like that, maybe a bunny face for the you know, Lego person, maybe, huh? So let's get our colors. Let's go to the spools. Alright, we're choosing our three colors. So first off, we're gonna do Racy Red. Alright, next up we have, it just says yellow. Banana Yellow! And next up we have blue? The Queen's Blue it is! Alright. Okay, I've brought everything in to simplify 3D, and these are the parts we're going to do. We're going to do the face and the hands in yellow. We'll do the body in red. The legs will be in blue. And I don't know what we're going to do the spool in. And another file I printed up that I really liked was the holder, because where we have to mount ours is onto a kind of a flat surface, and I really don't want to drill into it. So I figured I could use some two-sided tape, and we could mount that up in. So let's get the files arranged. I'm used to using a Creality, so this bed is like uber small. Okay, we have the parts all sliced up. I'm not used to using this smaller A-net bed. We haven't really used this printer in about 4 months, but I have other projects that are printing on my better printers, we'll say, and I thought this would just be a fun project for us to do today using this older printer. Alright, next up we have the Lego Man body. Alright, now we're getting ready to print our Queen's blue legs. And lastly, we're going to print our mount and the spool holder, the roll holder. We haven't really decided the color yet, so as we get this set up on the printer in the bed, we'll have a surprise reveal. Alright, I want to show this to you. We've got failure right here. The support material basically lost its adhesion. It's one of the problems you fight with this, which is really sad because it actually started to print really well. So I'm going to stop the print, we're going to start it over, and then I'll update you with the progress once I get it to take here. Well, as you can see, I finally threw in the towel, and I put the Lego Man on the Creality. It just prints so much better. So we'll update you as the next part finishes. Another thing I was able to do, because we did this on the Creality, was print this with no supports, which really does make it a lot easier. It should print very clean, and we'll look at the results when it gets done. Alright, I kind of want to recap and go over all the parts. Here's the first print we did, and it turned out pretty good. I did use a Sharpie to fill in the eyes and that, and the hands. So overall, happy with it. We did get some shadowing. I think the print could have been a little better. It was printed kind of in this orientation. They're obviously not on the bed right now, and this is a magnetic bed. The original print was on glass. I've since upgraded my printers over the past few days, and maybe we'll have another video talking about the benefits of a magnetic bed, which I am in love with at this point in time. This is the body. It turned out really well. The notching that actually holds that up in. This surface here is going to have to be glued to the foot pedestals, but I really like the way this turned out. The legs also turned out really nice. There's the notches that fit up in. Again, that will have to be a glued surface. Real happy with the way that turned out, and it looks really sharp put together. Alright, for our final test here, I wanted to show you, this was our mystery color, and this Medic Mods Jr. chose this, and I thought this was a great choice. I'm hitting this with a black light to show it to you, because it really is cool once we take the black light off. I did print these parts on a magnetic bed, and I'll get the lights back on here in a minute, and I'll show those to you as well. But check that out. Little day glow action. Really turned out nice. So, pretty fun. And it will charge with regular lighting, but the UV light just makes it glow a little bit better. So I wanted to show you this, the print quality that comes off of that magnetic bed. Obviously, I'm just starting to do some test printing, and this was a good one to start with. Bed leveling issues there on the left-hand side, which I think I've since worked out, but that's how that turned out. Very clean. And the nice thing is, putting in the print orientation like this, it stays adhered. No glues, no messes. And again, that's a video for in the future. Okay, we're getting ready to do our assembly. We got a clone trooper chilling out, helping us out. So some things we're going to need. Definitely going to need a file to clean up some of the edges of the pieces of the brim to make everything fit together smoothly. Double-sided tape, I've decided to use that for my mounting surface on the back of the mount that was printed. And we're going to use epoxy to mount the legs and the body together. The head fits right on. Don't glue that on. And the reason why you don't want to glue that on is because, again, there's themed heads. You can get a Halloween head. Right now there's a Christmas head out there. And I may work, just may work, on mishmashing up some Thingiverse files to get us a friendly Easter head and maybe even something for Valentine's Day. So we're going to get started on this. I'm putting together. I also discovered when just kind of test fitting it, you really don't need to do anything with the hands, because once you get the toilet paper roll in there and everything, it fits together probably a little too snug, I would think. These hands probably could be a little wider apart or a little different angle, but it seems to work well, so we don't have to glue the hands together. Alright, we're going to work on getting this assembled, and then we'll show you the finished product. Alright, so we've got our piece all trimmed up, ready to go. It fits on there really firm, so I think that's going to adhere to the surface that I'm putting it on, I hope. One of the things I failed to mention is I printed this with way too much infill. I would go probably 10 or 15%. Let's just say I did a little much, which added weight, and unnecessary filament used. The nubs here, this again is a separate file, not with the Lego Man file, fit right back in here, and then it slides on and fits really nicely. So it's a nice square mount for your Lego Man. So let's work next on getting him attached and give him a test run. Alright, so I want to show you, I've put the epoxy out on the plate. I use a toothpick, it works really well. Get a good mix. Now, once this starts, you got about 5 or 6 minutes. It's not a short, it's a pretty fast acting epoxy, but it does give you a little bit of time. Now, and once we put these two surfaces together, they are together. I used something similar years ago as a practical joke, and let's just say the 50-cent pieces are still on the floor. So we're going to put a liberal amount of glue onto the attachment pieces. I'm going to try and stay away from the edges, and the reason for that is I don't want the glue showing out. So, and again, it's not going to take much, and it will adhere for a lifetime. So, I didn't read the directions. That's one of the things I'm really bad about Thingiverse files. The makers actually put, like, hey, this is what worked best for me. I kind of skimmed over them. That's one of maybe my New Year's resolution, is to get better about reading the people who designed the files stuff. So we're going to finish applying this glue, and we'll get him attached together once it all dries and hardens up, and we'll put it all together and let you see what the finished product looks like.
I agree. Bye.
Well, as you can see, we've put our chap to work. He's hanging on the door quite well. The two-sided tape held. Luckily, it holds like 9 pounds per square inch, which we're not anywhere there, but what an exciting project this has been. It all worked real well. It fits in there fairly tight. There is some adjustment there, and I did not glue the hands in. I may put some tape around them to make them fit in just a little bit tighter, but at this point in time, I don't think that's necessary. So, if you'll excuse me, I've got some business that I need to attend to, and I'd really like to thank you for watching.